believe that people are frustrated with the health insurance system. And I believe the main reason why people are frustrated is the difficulty of getting care, and specifically what's been known as a pre-approval process. Historically, doctors have made the decisions for people's health care. That has changed over the last number of years. Now it appears that middle managers, insurance companies, set up obstacles and procedures that they call pre-approval process. This is extremely frustrating, especially for very ill people. There are numerous examples that we're going to lay out over the next few months of people with cancer, with people with immediate medical needs who have gone through a obstructionist policy, in my judgment, to get to care. In addition, if you go to a doctor's office today, the doctor has to hire a full-time person to deal with this pre-approval process. That person, in my understanding, spends at least 20 minutes on each patient to try to get some sort of approval. Here's an example that I learned recently from a plastic surgeon who does breast reconstruction. Indicates that when there is breast cancer and there is breast surgery, to get the reconstructive surgery, there's a 10-day window for pre-approval, meaning that that plastic surgeon cannot do the reconstruction surgery immediately. He has to wait 10 days for approval from the insurance company. What is most interesting is there actually are certain procedures that you don't need pre-approval, but there's no way for a doctor to know that. So for example, every single procedure must be cleared by an insurance company because no one knows which are pre-approved and which are not. We have examples of people who have cancer, who need subsequent medication, and they have to go through this process while they're ill. It's tough enough to deal with bad diagnosis. Why do you have to deal with middle managers at insurance companies to get the care? These doctors have gone to medical school. They are the ones who determine what type of care you need, what kind of test you need, what kind of medicine you need, not the middle manager at an insurance company. It is absolutely shocking that over the last decade, we have taken away care from the doctors and put it in the hands of insurance companies. And take this as an extreme example of why this process is a mess. If you ask a plastic surgeon or a general surgeon, when they actually get on the phone and talk to an insurance company as to who makes that decision, they talk to a doctor who 90% of the time is either not a surgeon or not an expert in that field. An example, a plastic surgeon indicated to me that when he called, he got a pediatrician, and he said to the pediatrician, "What is your expertise in surgery?" That pediatrician had no expertise. So at the very minimum, we should have insurance companies, for any pre-approval process, have at least an expert qualified in the same area as the expert who is actually doing the procedure. People are becoming more and more frustrated with government, but they're apparently just as frustrated with their medical system that has made them go through hoops to get what they need. I have a couple other things I wanted to talk about. The procedure also takes so long to get approved that during that period of time, here's a person who's suffering from a medical condition, and they have to wait long periods of time to get an insurance company to approve what a doctor said. So on top of the deep worry that the person suffers, they now suffer a delay in treatment. So we have a bill that we've actually introduced, and I'll give you the number on it. It's A4613. And this is a broad bill that ends pre-approvals. Now, this is just the beginning of the process. There may be certain procedures and certain situations where a pre-approval might be needed. But our system should not start with the pre-approval. That should be the exception. This system that we have should be based on doctors' decisions, not on insurance company decisions. I'm hoping that both Democrats and Republicans support that process.